It's homecoming week at EHS, and it seems that everyone is getting involved in the festivities.
And the prospective students and their parents descend on the school campus for the annual open house. Hello, and welcome to KEHS. I'm Layla Mueller.
And I'm Jack McKinney. Thanks for joining us on this edition of Night Vision News. Episcopal has celebrated a busy, theme-filled homecoming week, culminating with tonight's football game and the homecoming dance on Saturday. From dress days and painted library windows to alumni visits, the traditions are alive and well on EHS campus. KEHS beat reporter Pierce Barno brings us more about the festivities.
I'm Pierce Barno, and I took a look in on how students celebrate Spirit Week.
To come up with the days for Spirit Week, Student Council, the officers, worked together to talk about what was really good in the past couple years, and they wanted to use some of those things that really boost participation. And the officers get together and come up with themes that correlate to the big homecoming theme for the dance, which is Hollywood Nights. So all of the themes relate to movies or movie genres, and we just want to do things that make it fun.
Part about Spirit Week is that I have the ability to express myself using different things. As you can see, it's the 90s. I like the R&B, you know?
My favorite day of Spirit Week is Throwback Thursday. I can show off my Team Washington jersey.
Is dressing up as characters as like Michael Jackson.
My favorite part about Spirit Week is being able to show your true identity.
To promote Spirit Week, the Student Council officers made a video that was shown last week during lunch, as well as promote it through emails, word of mouth, text messages, and we put it in windows so that the parents knew about it too, so they could help you remember to participate.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1.
My contribution was helping the Student Council officers come up with awesome ideas and work to do something that the school would really like, and then I took their ideas to the grade level deans and told them that this is what the kids want and how do we make it happen.
I'm Pierce Barno, reporting for KEHS News.
I know the Knights are looking for a big win tonight to close out their season on a high note. Pierce, thanks for the report.
Open House gave prospective freshmen a chance to explore EHS and find out what campus life was like. Here's Rashab Sharma to take you on a cross-campus journey on the sights and sounds of Open House.
We talked to Miss Watson and her goals about Open House.
The biggest night of the season, right? We have the entire campus open, all the teachers, the coaches, the directors, activities, students. It's a great night for them to really get a sense of the EHS community. They might spend some time in the student center watching the arts in full swing. They might go meet a coach or two in the gym and walk up and check out the fitness center. And of course, we will have food. You know, I hope that families who maybe don't know a lot about us will get really excited about Episcopal as a result of coming. And certainly we hope for those families who are already thinking they're interested in us, this will be the night where they decide they definitely want to be here.
They started their night off in the chapel where Reverend Callahan prayed for them, and then the choir sang. That they were free to do as what they pleased. We talked to a few 8th graders to see how they liked Episcopal.
I'm not sure. All the classes seem pretty fun so far though. Good sports and good academics.
I would say sports and academics is fine.
I'm Rashab Sharma for KEHS, and we hope to see all these prospective students become Knights soon.
KEHS has learned the number of interested students was encouraging and as large as ever. Episcopal High School continues to be a prospective school for students and their parents across the city of Houston and beyond. Thank you, Rashab.
And when we return, a look at chapel and advisory.
After a long-awaited period without the hotspot of campus, the cafe is finally back up and running. Whether you want a cinnamon roll, a muffin, a smoothie, or lemonade, they have it all. They're even offering chai tea lattes, new flavors of smoothies such as Nutella and Oreo, and new shaken lemonades. Make sure to stop by the cafe on the way to class. You won't regret it.
Family Chapel gives students a chance to incorporate scripture and prayer into their weekly advisory bonding time. My co-anchor, Layla Mueller, had the opportunity to talk to Reverend Callahan, Family Chapel leader and advisor, about what the special time is and why we do it.
When COVID hit, the chaplains had to think of a way to still have chapel at Episcopal High School. So they invented Family Chapel, a time for you to still have chapel, but you do it with your advisories in a close-knit classroom or community.
Family Chapel was thought up by Mrs. Holden at the beginning of last year to really provide an additional opportunity for the students and faculty here at the school to get to know one another and to deepen their sense of faith in a smaller setting. We really are proud of the fact that we have a chapel that can hold all 800 or 900 of us every day, and that we can get to do that, but we recognize that it's not very participatory and it can sometimes be a little bit cold and distant. And so having the opportunity to work within the advisory setting with students that you get to see every day, with a teacher that hopefully over the course of your time here at Episcopal you get to know very well, to work through some of those, I won't say more delicate, but just through some of those smaller issues of faith. Give students an opportunity to not only lead and participate, but to be a part of the ongoing conversation and to say things that are on their mind. It also has provided us a wonderful place to gather the prayer concerns of the community that are then fed back to me to put into our weekly community intercessions, or to keep on Mrs. Holden's or my private prayer lists, or things like that. So the Family Chapel program works a lot like a regular advisory meeting, except for our goal is that it's 100% student-led. Almost all of our advisories have at least one, if not two, or sometimes 3 or 4 or 5 leaders who will read through the daily service, who will introduce the daily activity or conversation, and then will lead the group in prayer and gather together those prayer concerns so that they can find their way back here to the chaplaincy office.
With them taking away advisory every day this year, Family Chapel is another way to be with your advisory but still have time for prayer. My name is Layla Mueller, reporting for KEHS News. I love Family Chapel. My favorite part is the fun and interesting activities that happen to incorporate scripture. Thank you again to Reverend Callahan for that interesting take. Coming up next, the field hockey program experiences significant growth in numbers and success.
Why are people watching KEHS News? Because it's the right thing at the right time. Missed out on what's happening on campus? Find out the latest on Episcopal's only news program. You'll get more video coverage, more in-depth reports, more pillar news, and always to the point. The right news at the right time. You're watching KEHS News.
With the season wrapping up, KEHS wanted to reflect on the field hockey team's great success this season as the girls prepare for the SPC tournament next week. Reporter Jackson Renucci brings us the story of a program growing and winning at an impressive pace.
The field hockey team here at EHS is having an outstanding season, sitting at 10 wins, 7 losses, and 3 ties on the year. I had the chance to ask head coach Miss Edmonds what she expects from the girls going into every season.
Expectations would just be that the girls come out and they're ready to go from the start, kind of our normal expectations that we always have of them. Be in shape, be ready to play.
With the season coming to a close, the girls start to prepare for the up-and-coming SPC Championship, where they will compete with the rest of the conference to earn the title. We asked Coach Edmonds for her thoughts.
I think it's going to be great. I'm really looking forward to it. We're going to Hockaday up in the North Zone in Dallas, and the girls have worked really hard. I would say our teams look better than they ever have looked. They just continue to get better and grow in our system and grow our culture. And so looking to next week, we have some big competition ahead of us, but the girls seem very ready, and I'm excited. I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Can't wait to see what the girls can accomplish this coming week at the SBC tournament. For KEHS News, I'm Jackson Renucci.
Every time I drive the Ellipse, I can't help but marvel at that new field hockey field. Thanks, Jackson, and good luck to the girls at SPC. When we return, KEHS asked the community its preferences regarding virtual classes.
Hi, I'm Catherine.
And I'm Sean.
And you should join
Rock Climbing Club!
Our goal is to teach the basic skills and techniques of indoor rock climbing.
Anyone can join.
Virtual or in-person learning? Which do you prefer? That's the question KHS asks various nights as we slowly move away from COVID restrictions. Here's Braylon Thompson with the report.
With everything back in person, a lot of opinions have been raised about which is better, virtual or in-person school. So we caught up with a teacher and a few students and we ask their opinion.
I like in person a lot better than virtual because you can have better relationships with your teachers and you get to see your friends whenever you want. And
I like virtual school a lot because you get to sleep in, you can kind of be on your own terms with how you do work. But in-person school is also cool because I get to see my friends and be in class, and that helps me sometimes too. So.
Honestly, I really prefer in-person school to virtual school because I like seeing everyone's smiling faces and interacting with people on a personal level. I just think it's a better scenario. I think that's something you miss when you do everything virtually. So I definitely prefer in-person school. I think it's easier to correct mistakes and fix stuff when you meet in person, and also it's more fun.
Personally, I prefer virtual because we finish earlier in the day and there's no uniform codes. Thanks for that report, Braylon. Well, that's all we have this week on Night Vision News. I'm Layla Mueller.
And I'm Jack McKinney. From all of us at KEHS News, thank you for joining us. And
go
Knights!